So recently at the 2015 Game Awards, Black Ops 3 was nominated for Best Shooter and Best Multiplayer. Now although The Witcher 3 did win Game of the Year, which was also a fantastic game by the way, I still believe that Black Ops 3 did deserve the nominations that it got. I think what Treyarch has done this year with multiplayer is truly incredible. They've taken everything that made Black Ops 2 successful and they've stepped it up for Black Ops 3. Now this is pretty much going to be a follow-up to my beta review that I uploaded back in August. And the reason I say it's a follow-up is because I'm literally building off of exactly what I said in that review. Back in August, I had said that I was incredibly impressed with every aspect of Black Ops 3 multiplayer. And I had said that I just couldn't wait to see what multiplayer had in store for the community when the game actually launched. And now that the game's fully out, I can officially review multiplayer as a whole. So let's jump into it. Starting off with the weapons in multiplayer. We have an incredible variety of assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, so many great weapons to choose from. And I think a problem that I had within Black Ops 2 was that I felt a little bored after around 3 months of playing Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I felt like the weapon variety just wasn't strong enough. And I just felt like it was just a constant cycle of people using the same weapons, camping in the same spots, with the same target finders, and I just got annoyed after a while. With Black Ops 3, the variety of weapons just really enhances the experience. I love the assault rifles the most, I think. I enjoy using the ICER, the M8. Taking a look at the SMGs, I just love the Razorback. There's just so many great weapons, and sniping as well. Sniping is definitely just badass. A lot of people were looking forward to the esports aspect of Treyarch's next Call of Duty. And you could already tell that Treyarch is stepping up their game with esports, not only with the snipers, but with competitive Call of Duty, the World Championships. So Treyarch is not playing games this year. They are ready to go with esports. We of course have the traditional annoying shotguns, annoying LMGs, but that's every Call of Duty. What are you going to do about that? We also have the traditional shitty weapons in multiplayer like the Shiva, some of the pistols, but I think the variety is just at a level where I simply can't get bored. There's so much to do. You could of course prestige the weapons, get your clan tag on the weapons. We of course have the new feature known as Gunsmith and Paint Shop, which allows us to fully customize our weapons to our choosing. We can literally create our own camos, our own paint jobs on our weapons. We can create custom variants of each of our weapons within the Gunsmith mode as well. We of course have the Emblem editor, which has returned from both Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. I never got into Emblem editor within Advanced Warfare, since I did feel that that was Treyarch's multiplayer mechanic. I don't know why Sledgehammer had to incorporate that within their game, but within Black Ops 3, Emblem editor is fantastic. I've tried my best to try and develop my dkdynamite logo in game, and I'm not the best artist when it comes to Emblem editor, but I did try my best. But overall, the experience is just out of this world insane. Everything that we wanted in a Call of Duty game is in Black Ops 3. That's just my opinion, but based on the past month of my multiplayer experience, that's just what I feel. And aside from the weapons, aside from the Emblem editor, aside from Paint Shop and Gunsmith, we also of course have the return of theater mode, which to me plays a huge role in my YouTube videos. Even though I own an Elgato, which I used to record all of my gameplay with, theater mode is key for capturing those moments that you may have missed. If my Elgato's not plugged in, if I'm not using the share button on my PS4, then yes, theater mode is there for me to go back and record my gameplays with. I also think it's important to have theater mode if you ever catch like a really nice clip with a grenade or a tomahawk and you want to go in free roam mode in theater mode to see exactly where that tomahawk or where that grenade hit. So there's so many features of theater mode that I felt were very important back in the Black Ops 2 days, and I'm glad to see that Treyarch fixed whatever lag issues they were having with theater mode so they could implement it within Black Ops 3. I think the share button is not an excuse for not having theater mode in a Call of Duty. I understand the lag, that could be annoying, since I do believe theater mode did cause a little bit of lag within Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 as well, but you know, having the share button doesn't mean that we don't need theater mode. I think it's great that we have so many different options for how we could record and capture footage. That's just my opinion, but luckily theater mode is back. I'll of course be using it for my upcoming Tomahawk videos, my Tomahawk montages, etc. So we also of course have the introduction of specialists. Now, to me, specialists are very powerful yet extremely helpful in game. It's pretty much like having an additional score streak except with your character, having an ability with your character. That's literally what it is. And when they were first announced months ago, I just didn't know what to expect, because I felt like the core Call of Duty multiplayer experience was being sort of replaced by these new futuristic mechanics, so on and so forth. But I think the reason my mindset was the way that it was back at that announcement was that, you know, Advanced Warfare kind of messed me up. I'll talk about that in a second. But with the specialist, it doesn't ruin gameplay or affect the actual flow of each match. I think it just enhances it. We have the option to use abilities like a flamethrower, the glitch, the gravity spikes, the Sith Gatling gun. You know, there's so many great abilities to choose from, and I just hope to see that maybe in the near future we could see DLC specialists. I understand that could cause problems with pay to play, but I think that would be an interesting idea for add-ons within our map packs. That would be pretty cool. But specialists are exciting. They give us something to work towards each match aside from our score streaks, so I think that's an incredible addition to multiplayer. But with the score streaks themselves, now I think a lot of people would say that within Ghost and Advanced Warfare there was a huge lack of powerful score streaks. Why go on a 16 kill streak or more if you're not going to be rewarded with something that actually will help you out or help your team out? And I fully agreed with a lot of YouTubers who said that, with my fellow friends. A lot of people have said that, and I think Ghost featured a pretty shitty variety of score streaks, and Advanced Warfare had a decent variety, I would say, very decent. But with Black Ops 3, Treyarch stepped it up. We have some badass score streaks, GI units, wraps, gunships, so many crazy streaks which are just incredible, and they definitely are worth working towards each match. So that's what I'm definitely very impressed with Black Ops 3, is the score streaks, because I think without great score streaks in multiplayer, the experience just isn't the same. It really isn't. Because you might as well play with no score streaks if you're not going to be rewarded with some decent, long-lasting streaks that actually kill the enemies for you, that actually help you out and your team, so on and so forth. But with the multiplayer maps themselves, as I've said within the beta review, I think the maps that we saw in the beta were already great. They allowed us to use our futuristic movement to our advantage. We're able to wall run, thrust jump, slide. The maps look gorgeous, first of all. That's the first part of it. And second of all, a lot of them are dynamic. So there's things going around on the map, a lot of moving areas. The weather's very nice. And I think that's what Treyarch was always known for, in my opinion. I think in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, we saw some very colorful maps, very bright maps that looked great on last gen. So imagine these Black Ops 3 maps on the current gen, with the PS4, Xbox One, and the flawless PC with 4K resolution. Just think about that for a second, how incredible those maps are, and how long and how far Treyarch has come with developing multiplayer. So the maps are great. You know, I think they flow very well with the movement, the weapons, the score streaks. I love the underwater mechanics that they've also introduced. You know, I've always wanted underwater gameplay, or even space gameplay, and I think that's what kept me on Ghost. I was always waiting for that DLC map pack to come out for Ghost, which would introduce underwater maps or space maps taken from the campaign, because we did have 2 exclusive missions in Ghost where we were underwater for one and in space for another. So I was always expecting, you know, that DLC map pack to come out featuring space and underwater maps, but we never got that. I was disappointed. But with Black Ops 3, we have a lot of underwater areas of a lot of the multiplayer maps, and that also goes very well with the flow of each match. Being underwater for a couple seconds, regenerating some health, and even killing enemies underwater is a lot of fun. So I think that's definitely something that Treyarch listened to in terms of the community's requests for multiplayer additions. So that's not surprising, honestly. I'm glad they did that. A lot of other games have underwater gameplay, so it was just a matter of time before Call of Duty starts to gain some influence from other games and developers. But aside from all of that, the movement itself in multiplayer, I think, is extremely innovative, yet enhances traditional movement. It doesn't replace traditional movement, it enhances it. There's a big difference. And that's a big difference from the movement that we saw in Advanced Warfare. Within Advanced Warfare, you either liked the EXO movement or you didn't. Within Black Ops 3, the way that you operate on each map, the way that you actually go through each map is traditional. Yet with the enhanced abilities that you have where you can wall run, thrust jump, slide, but those little movements don't change gameplay to the extent where you literally just can't run normally for a couple seconds without having to jump. As we know, each multiplayer map has been built from the ground up specifically for this movement. So yes, you can still play traditionally, you can still roam around the map and just walk or run. You don't have to wall run or thrust jump, but it is key for being as quick as possible, and that's why it's called the momentum based chain movement system, to get around the map faster. That's the point of it. With Advanced Warfare, the EXO jumping, the EXO sliding, EXO drifting, all those little mechanics really enhanced gameplay and replaced traditional movement. As we saw within all those multiplayer maps in Advanced Warfare, it was meant for you to jump on top of the roof of a factory, or to slide across an area of a house, or to be in the air for the majority of the game. It was meant for you to do that. With Black Ops 3, you can't even get on the roof of a building. You can wall run on the side of the building, get around the map faster, slide a little quicker, but the gameplay that we all know and remember from Black Ops 2 is still there. Traditional gameplay is the foundation for the movement in Black Ops 3 multiplayer, and that's what's important. And I'm glad that Treyarch stuck with that. And I've been impressed a hell of a lot with the movement system so far. I have no issues with it whatsoever. It works very well with the flow of each map, and Treyarch has just done a beautiful job with the game altogether. Now, in terms of the supply drop system, the black market system, I've talked about that before. It's nothing like Advanced Warfare supply drops. We have a black market. We earn crypto keys each match that we play, and you have the option of purchasing a supply drop for 10 crypto keys or 30 crypto keys. The one you buy for 30 crypto keys, of course, gives you a supply drop that could feature rare items. Those items can range anywhere from a weapon reticule, a camo, some armor for your specialist, taunts for your specialist, and that's it. There are no weapon variants to the point where you can have an advantage over somebody else based on the variant that you have, and it's balanced. It's great. So that's multiplayer for me. I've been incredibly happy with my experience, and I cannot see myself ever leaving Black Ops 3 multiplayer for the next Call of Duty, which could be Ghost 2, Modern Warfare 4, whatever you want to call it, whatever you guys want to think about. I just can't see myself leaving this game. It's just a gorgeous game, and I can't say that enough. And I'm looking forward to see the multiplayer maps that we see in the upcoming map packs. Like I said, Treyarch is known for those bright, beautiful maps and those colorful maps. The maps with dynamic map events, map-based streaks, so on and so forth. So we'll see how the upcoming DLCs play out, but so far, I'll give multiplayer a 9.5 out of 10. Multiplayer is definitely a much different experience than the multiplayer experience we got within Ghost and Advanced Warfare. This is the Call of Duty that we've been waiting for. For all the competitive players out there, this is the game you've been waiting for. If you haven't picked up Black Ops 3, you need to. If you quit Call of Duty years ago, or maybe Black Ops 2 was your last Call of Duty, then it's time to return. You will not be disappointed. I can guarantee that. I'm also glad that Nuketown returned. You know, I was a little skeptical at first regarding whether or not the map should have returned, but I was not disappointed. As I said, the new futuristic movement does not replace the traditional movement, so when we go on and play Nuketown 2065, we can still play it as if we were playing the original Nuketown map or Nuketown 2025. Yet we do have the opportunity to use our futuristic capabilities with wall running, thrust jumping, and sliding. And the map itself plays incredible. The map itself looks gorgeous, of course, with its simulation theme. And it just fits very well with Black Ops 3, and that's what matters. That's really what matters. So overall, that's my review on Black Ops 3 multiplayer. I'm looking forward to what's in store with the DLC map packs. I'm looking forward to see how they continue updating Black Ops 3 multiplayer to enhance the experience. David Vonderhaar is always on top of his game. He's a great guy. I don't know him personally, but I know he's a great guy. Based on the people that do know him and what they've said about him, based on his Twitter, based on his videos that he makes, he's always been on top of his game for sure. I think within Black Ops 2, they could have done a better job as a team with fixing some core issues. But again, now with the addition of the 3-year development cycle, Treyarch does have time to really focus on what matters. And they have the opportunities to really fix what couldn't be fixed within Black Ops 2. So that's pretty much it. My final thoughts on Black Ops 3 multiplayer is that the game itself also influenced me as a YouTuber. I decided to go with a channel reboot following the release of Black Ops 3. I went with this dkdynamite reboot. I felt that it was a new era for Call of Duty, so it's a new era for me as well. And I do not regret that at all. It's been an incredible opportunity to play Black Ops 3 and to really enjoy the experience for all of you guys out there. And definitely be on the lookout for a lot of upcoming Black Ops 3 gameplays for campaign, nightmares, zombies, so many great things coming up here on my channel. You do not want to miss out. But as always, this has been dkdynamite. Stay tuned in for the latest Call of Duty coverage. And thanks so much for watching, everyone.